You ever meet those people who just don't break? Like, life throws a storm at them, and they don't even flinch? Meanwhile, the rest of us are out here having an existential crisis if we send a text and don't get a reply for 3 hours. What is it about mentally strong people that makes them different? Are they born that way? Is there some secret we don't know? Or are they just faking it while quietly crying in the shower? Well, here's the truth. Mental strength isn't something you have. It's something you build. And no, it doesn't come from pretending you have no emotions or acting like nothing affects you. It comes from understanding your mind. And that's where the Bhagavad Gita gives us a masterclass. Let's start with a simple question. Why are most people mentally weak? It's not because they're unlucky. It's not because they lack talent. It's because their minds are in control of them, instead of the other way around. They wake up, check their phone, and instantly their mood depends on what they see. Good news. Happy. Bad news. Miserable. Someone posts a vacation picture. Suddenly, life feels unfair. They're like puppets, controlled by every little thing happening around them. And this is exactly what Krishna warns against in the Gita. He tells Arjuna, one who is unaffected by praise or criticism, who remains steady in pain and pleasure, is truly wise. Notice something? He's not saying don't feel emotions. He's saying don't let them control you. Because here's the reality. Your mind is like a toddler on sugar. It wants to overreact. It wants to panic. It wants to chase pleasure and avoid discomfort. And if you let it run wild, it'll turn you into an emotional mess. So, how do you fix this? Simple. You train your mind the way you train a muscle. Think of it like going to the gym. If you've never worked out before, the first time you lift weights, your arms are going to feel like spaghetti. But if you keep at it, those same muscles get stronger. The mind works the same way, except instead of lifting weights, you're lifting discipline, patience, and resilience. And that brings us to the first big idea. Stop chasing comfort. Most people think mental strength means feeling good all the time. But in reality, it's the opposite. Mental strength comes from being okay with discomfort. The Gita teaches this beautifully. Krishna tells Arjuna, happiness and distress come and go like the seasons. Endure them without being disturbed. In other words, stop expecting life to be easy. Stop assuming things should always go your way. The moment you accept that discomfort is just part of the journey, it stops bothering you so much. Imagine two people wake up on a cold morning. One complains, "Ugh, it's freezing. I hate this." The other just gets up and deals with it. Who's suffering more? The one who wants reality to be different than it is. Mental strength is the ability to face reality without unnecessary resistance. Now, the second thing, detach from what you can't control. Let's be real. So much of our stress comes from things we have zero control over. The weather, other people's opinions, the past, the future. But guess what? No amount of worrying will change any of these things. So why waste energy? Krishna gives one of the most powerful lessons on this when he says, "You have the right to your actions, but never to the fruits of your actions." Which means do your best, but let go of the outcome. Think about how much anxiety this would save you. You prepare for an exam, not because you need the perfect grade, but because preparing is your job. You apply for a job, not because your happiness depends on it, but because applying is your responsibility. The moment you stop being obsessed with results and focus on the process, your mind stops driving you crazy. And finally, the biggest lesson of all, learn to master your thoughts. You ever notice how your mind loves playing tricks on you? 1 second, you're fine. The next, a random negative thought appears, and suddenly, you're spiraling. What if I never succeed? What if people don't like me? What if everything goes wrong? But here's what the Gita teaches us. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts come and go, just like clouds in the sky. The problem isn't negative thoughts, it's believing them. Krishna tells Arjuna, the mind is restless, no doubt, but it can be controlled through practice and detachment. In other words, just because a thought appears doesn't mean you have to listen to it. Imagine your mind like a radio station. You can choose which station to tune into. The more you focus on empowering thoughts, the weaker the negative ones become. So, if you want to be mentally strong, start with these 3 things. Stop chasing comfort, let go of what you can't control, and master your thoughts. It won't happen overnight, but with practice, you'll wake up one day and realize you're no longer at the mercy of your emotions. You're no longer shaken by every little thing. You've built a mind that's unshakable. And that's true strength. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next life-changing deep dive. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.